How's the cookie? You wanna know? It's the Oreo Review Show.
Da 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 do da dee da da do da do da do da dee da da do da do da 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 da. Brr! It's getting chilly out there, isn't it? In these winter months. That's right, it's winter time, and depending on where you are in the world, maybe it's cold. These are just a few of the fun facts that you get to hear on today's episode of the Oreo Review Show. Way back in 2003 or so, I reviewed the Fudge-covered Oreo, which is an Oreo with a chocolate layer around the entire outside of the cookie. I questioned whether or not it was really qualifying as fudge. I thought they were kind of bad. However, now we have a different kind of a fudge-covered cookie. That's right, it's white. Limited edition! I'm actually not sure if these are still available widely right now. I took a while getting around to these, sorry. But you can see there's snow. They went with a theme of snow because the fudge is kind of like snow because it's also white. Yeah, it's a stretch, but I guess they really were trying hard to tie it into the non-denominational holiday season. And now I've got them in my cold little hands. This picture is misleading, by the way, because it just shows fudge on half the cookie, but actually there's fudge on the whole cookie. False advertising! There is a little bow. This is like an ornament, I think. It's like a Christmas ornament. That's like the closest they were willing to go without alienating anyone. I've mentioned it before in other videos, but I am an apologist for the white chocolate. I like white chocolate. I think it's good. I don't care if it's not real chocolate. Shut the fuck up and let me eat it. But I'm also suspicious of the quality of this fudge based on my experience with the previous iteration of this product. But maybe they'll surprise me, and maybe there's something about the white chocolate that improves the formula. The packaging has not changed at all. I'm still very dissatisfied by this box. I don't care for it, but I guess they don't have a better way to really do it. And then inside, it's the same thing. You get the plastic rose with plastic wrap. However, you do have, for some reason, I guess it's like the start of a web address, but they forgot to print the rest of it. It's just www. What, motherfuckers? I'm just kidding with you. It says, because that's what you'll say when you eat it. Again, a lot of the same logistical issues apply to these as did the original fudge. Difficult to open. The plastic is awkward. Hard to put back in the box and reseal compared to the amazing reseal freshness, stickiness of regular Oreos. And I am concerned a little bit, again, as to how melty they may or may not become, but it is winter time, so hopefully all the chilliness will keep them secure. So here's an up-close look at the white chocolate fudge-covered Oreo. Another thing that I'm noticing, these ones are lacking the divots, this little indentation that the chocolate ones all had. I don't know if that's something that applies to all the fudge covereds now. Their factory process has been altered in some way, or if there's something different about these. You can see even right through here, you can see part of the Oreo cookie because of how thin and shitty the chocolate layer is. I don't know, let's see how it tastes in my mouth as opposed to how it looks in my hand. Kind of hurts to eat it. That's what it looks like. You don't really need milk with these. That's optional. Can I be honest with you guys? I kind of like these. My expectations really were low based on my experience with that original version of the cookie, and these are pretty much identical with the exception of the type of chocolate, whether or not you want to call it chocolate, fuck off, that they poured around the outside of it. I mean, it's still a relatively thin layer. The inside is still the same kind of Oreo cookie. Nothing has really changed in the makeup of it. But I'm realizing just how much of the issue with those original versions was the quote-unquote Fudge, the chocolate as I call it, it was really low quality. It wasn't good. I didn't think it tasted good at all. And this white chocolate, I think is good. Maybe it's because I am white, so I relate to it on that level. Reminiscent, of course, of a cookies and cream Hershey's bar, which I do love, or just any kind of cookies and cream flavor product, which is one of my favorite things that there is. And, you know, maybe that's part of it. Maybe the chocolate with the chocolate cookie was just too much, whereas this white chocolate is not really the same thing as the flavor of the stuff. So it's a very different sensation. You're really getting 3 separate flavor profiles in your mouth. And that's where I usually like to receive those. I'll tell you what this isn't is a good wintertime treat. They tried to dress it up like this is something for winter. It's not warm. You shouldn't heat these. You're not going to come in from making snow angels out in the cold and say, warm me up some cocoa and some white fudge covered. Or no, that does, if with hot cocoa, that sounds really good. Actually, you have some of these with hot cocoa. You maybe even dunk one of these in hot cocoa. Yeah, these are a good wintertime treat. I take it back. No, these are good. You know what else I like about the fudge covered Oreo? 100 calories per cookie. A nice round number. None of this bullshit. Oh, it's 140 calories divided by 3. Just tell me what a cookie is. And this does it, and it's a nice round number, 100. 100 calories. Nothing wrong with that. So you polish off one of these rows here, that's 400 calories. Big deal. You eat the whole package, that's 1,200 calories. That's hardly nothing. Math! Or as the British would say, maths! I've got to rate these white fudge covered Oreos on a scale from 0 Oreos, which is to 1 complete Oreo, which is And this is a bit of a tricky one. You know, it still has some of those issues, as I mentioned before. I don't love the packaging. I don't know if I love the thin layering of it, but I can't deny that I do personally enjoy the white fudge. It tastes good. I still don't like that it's called fudge. Like, I can't give this one perfect marks because there are too many knocks against it. But ultimately, I did enjoy eating it, and that's why I'm going to be awarding it a score finally of half a cookie with cream. And that's a full-throated, enthusiastic half a cookie with cream. If you like these as a special treat, maybe keep them in the fridge, have them chilled a little bit. That's actually probably bad. That would probably fuck with the cookie. Don't try that. But it just somewhere else and eating them, I think, is nice. The side of the box here says to store in a cool place. Oh. And on the back, it's got an ad for the regular fudge-covered Oreo cookies. Says, you have got to try this. Stay playful. I don't like how casual the back of the box is being with me. Like it's just one of my friends hanging out. Dude, you've got to try this. I don't trust that. I don't believe it. Let's keep this relationship at a professional level. I think they call it a fudge covered just because they have to distinguish from the chocolate that's already standard in most Oreo cookies. They couldn't just say chocolate covered because isn't an Oreo kind of covered with chocolate already? I don't know. They just had to come up with this moniker. What's fudge really? Who's to say what anything is? If you believe that it's fudge, then maybe it is fudge. Either way, not a half bad product. If this is your thing, go out and get it once in a while, I say. And if it's not your thing, I can't blame you too much. Hey, give me some feedback, would you? I got a comment section down there, and one of the things that really keeps me up at night is wondering what all of you have to say about Oreo cookies. You can post down there with your little fingers on your keyboards and write all kinds of messages at me. And while you're down there, you could also click the thumb on the video, like it. That makes me feel good. Subscribe to my channel, makes me feel even better. Ring the bell. That one... it's also fine, I guess. I don't know if I really know that you're doing that, to be honest. So, do it or don't do it. It's up to you. More Oreos coming at you in the future. There's really a lot going on these days, so I appreciate you sticking with the channel for all the latest news and reviews, including these, which are like 2 or 3 months old at this point. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again next time. Oreo!
How's the cookie? You want to know? It's the Oreo Review Show.